right, everybody. May the 4th be with you. We're so happy to have all of you here on this Studying Brew on this beautiful Thursday evening. It is May the 4th. Yes. And as you can tell, we're Star Wars dorks. As you've seen always with our big collection behind us with the Star Wars Legos all the time. And the Grogu's.
I'm not hating that right there.
So anyways, we're definitely excited about it today. So we want to say thank you all for everyone for being here. It is not easy being on the Studying Brew when there's had Star Wars fun to be had. I know, right. The cantina and everything. I know how it is, but you all made it here in how many parsecs? 12 parsecs. Thank you so much for being here. So tonight we're going to go over the Series 6. We're going to do test taking techniques tonight.
That's right.
We're going to have we're going to go over 6 questions from 6 different exams. We're going to have a question from the SIE, the 6, the 63, the 26, the 65, and the Series 7.
Yes.
And then, of course, Brandy's going to break them down with those test taking techniques so you can see how to get that advantage when doing those exams, because that is the key.
Yes, it is.
It is a key. It's not always content. And as you heard some pastors talk this week, it is simply all about, the techniques. It's learning to read those questions, how to break them down, all that great stuff. And so we're going to teach you that tonight.
Yes.
But first off, my name is Andy. I am the guy that runs all the back office over here. I am the Jedi. No, actually, I'm the Sith. I'm a Darth Vader fan. But you're not here for me. No, you're here for the Force. You're here for the good over there. Brandy, she is your Jedi for the night because she has her Series 6, 63, 26, Series 65, and that Series 7, which makes her more than a Jedi Master to teach you all the things you need to know. So that way you too can get fully licensed this summer and then be a Jedi Master as well.
Yes.
In your KTs.
That's right.
It is
Use
the way.
The Force.
It is the way.
It is the way. It is the way.
All right, everybody, let's get to it. Let's do this thing.
Let's do it. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, it's almost like Christmas for us on the 4th.
So fun fact, as I get the screen up.
Yeah.
Lego said that this is their busiest time of year.
Hey, it's like my shirt.
It's not Christmas. Christmas is not the busiest time of year for Lego. It's Star Wars Day.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I believe it.
They are more busy on Star Wars Day than
one of these days. I'll do like a video of our collection of Star Wars stuff.
Yes. No, I'm gonna start
Lego stuff.
I'm gonna start streaming.
I know, but just in general.
Yeah.
We have a lot.
I know. We do.
But well, anyways, may the 4th be with you as it is. But let's go for it.
Let's do it. Guys.
All right. If you you got a little crazy, didn't you?
No, I just added them here.
All right, here we go.
That's him.
And as you guys know, if you want to get onto our whole system, we have our own system. We have our own online courses. We have our own videos and audios. And as you can tell, we are not boring. We are definitely not boring. We like to add fun to it. We like to have fun with this stuff. Because why should studying be boring? If it's boring, you're probably zoned out. You're probably thinking about laundry. You're probably thinking about a million other things that you'd rather be doing than studying. So we try to make it fun, but also make it to where you understand this stuff and you can understand it in an easy way that makes you want to come back and be like, you know what? I'm getting confidence in the fact that I didn't know this, but now I'm starting to get it. And then more importantly, you get a pass notice, right? Mm-hmm. And then we have a whole community around it that we have on our Discord. We have in the things we do with the Studying Brew, all this great stuff. And how do you join up with all this stuff? You just hit this QR code right there. You scan the QR code, hit the link in the chat, and you join in. Watch that orientation replay. It shows all the paid and the free stuff that we do. And you can also get our study guides for the SIE, the 6, the 63, and we even have one for the 26, but you got to be a member for that. And then we also have that Discord, that communication there, where the community there, where you can communicate with Brandy. And that's the only place she's at. But you can ask questions, get answers, and a great tool, great resource. You can search things up. And more importantly, you don't always feel like you're left alone to your studying. You actually have a whole community behind you, and that you can bounce ideas off of. You can ask. It's there, and we encourage you guys all to use it because it is free.
It is.
If you want to ask me questions about our program, 866-HEY-KONA, 866-439-5662, and you can get some information. Leave me a voicemail or a text, and we can do that.
Yes.
All right, so we got live sessions happening tomorrow, Friday. It's Your Question Friday for the 63 and the 65. They're back-to-back, starting at 7 a.m. in Hawaii, 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. in the East. 65, 8 a.m. in Hawaii, 11 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Mountain, 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. in the East. And it is your question Friday. Brand new answers. You bring the questions, she brings the answers. That's all there is to it.
Yep.
So show up. And of course, members, you have access to all of those live sessions. Look for that reminder. Just hit your email box right before we got it on here.
Yes.
All right, let's get going. We got test taking techniques exam workshop coming up on Saturday. All you members, you already got your reminder in your email box today. And feel free to go ahead and invite people. I also have it on my Instagram. I have it on my Facebook. I have it in my other Facebook group. Yeah, join in. It's free. It's our test taking techniques brought down to the most basic, simple concepts that you can join and watch and learn. We do life questions. We do securities questions for the SIE, the 663, 26, 65, 7. We throw some of that stuff in there. Real estate questions in there from the MLO. We got everything just to prove the point that it's the concept of these multiple choice exams. And once you know how to kind of disarm these multiple choice exams, it gets a lot easier.
Yes, it does.
Because it's not all about content. It's about how you read the questions. And you'd be surprised how many times you don't actually need to know content to get some questions right. And if you combine what you know in your content with these techniques,
nothing's stopping you.
It's called the pass.
That's right.
And we're all about the pass notices here. We're all about getting a pass. Because you know why? In the exam, they don't ask for your work. They don't care how you got there as long as you got the right answer.
Yep.
That's the facts.
That's true.
There's no replays, of course, on Saturday, because if I got to get up that early, so do you. And you just got to be there.
Yep.
So we'll be doing that Saturday morning. Check those local listings there. It is free, and it's about 35 minutes usually.
Yeah.
All right, SIE live recording. We're still updating our content, and we're including all of the members in on that. That reminder went out as well. So make sure to grab the special live or that Zoom code for those two tiers, the $100 and the $100 tier, $50 and $100 tier. You guys have access to that. So make sure that you grab that special Zoom code. It is different than the members one. It is the Friday. It's only on on the Fridays that we do that. So look for that code, and that's your access point into that session, because it's only for those two tiers. And we're letting you guys participate as we upgrade, update, and you just get more content, more bang for the buck.
That's right.
As they say, right?
That's right.
So, all right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Now I'm ready.
All right. Series 6, we're going to go over those 6 different exams. We're going to go over a question from the SIE, the 663, 26, 65, and the Series 7. And we are going to go ahead and do that, where Brandy takes these questions. She's going to break them down with those test-taking techniques. Be sure to pay attention to how she breaks these down. What is she writing down? What is she looking at? How is she answering them? Why is she looking at answers first? Why is she doing that? All those things are key. Learn those concepts and learn how she's doing this, and then you too can be a Jedi Master. Ready to go for Brandy?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's go.
All right, guys. So in the SRE, we have the primary market. Nowhere. It just says nowhere, because closed-end fund shares are not negotiable. Then I have in the secondary market, and I said not on an exchange and only to accredited investors. Well, we don't like that only. Usually, when we talk about onlys, Mona, right? Must, only, never, always, must, only, never, and always.
Always and forever.
Right. It's usually not true. Okay. I'm not saying that it's always not true, but it's usually not true. Right. And then definitely A and C are opposite of each other. Okay. Now, if you guys were studying on your own and you didn't have to explain this out loud, this goes a lot faster. Right. I'm explaining my brain to you guys. So, I have to externalize my internal thoughts. But when you guys do this on your own, I promise you a lot quicker.
Yeah, the more you do anything, the faster you get at it, right?
Yeah.
It becomes like muscle memory.
Right.
Like we've all had that monotonous, boring job where it was really slow in the beginning, and then all of a sudden you're just like going through it like, like it doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
It's easy.
It happens. And I think because B is talking about closed-end fund shares, that's what I think we're going to talk about. I think we're talking about closed-end funds. So, boom. So look, if a fund is a closed-end fund, see how we did that? After its IPO, its shares will trade. After its IPO, the shares will trade in the secondary market, because closed-end funds are just like corporations. There you go. Okay.
Did you guys get that?
Just like corporations.
Isn't it easier when she does it?
You know, I try.
But you can do it too.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. All right. So I have none of these choices. I have required the customer to sign a form indicating a desire to change suitability information. So I got require, I got the customer to sign, and then indicating a desire to change my suitability information. C, update the suitability information based on the information disclosed by the customer. Seems most basic, right? Ask a principal at the firm to sign a form allowing the suitability information to be changed. Look, guys, we're humans, right?
Yeah. That's what I've heard.
Yeah. Our goals change.
Yes.
Our jobs change.
Yes.
Our situations change.
I used to like vanilla ice cream, but now I like chocolate.
Yeah. Our tastes change.
Yes.
So because of that, do you think we have to go through this crazy amount of like things to get that change to happen? Or can we just, take the customer's word for it and update as necessary?
That's probably easier.
I think that's easier. Check this out.
Whoa. Why do we look at the answers first?
Because now I don't have to read this. Because I'm going to go to my last part first. I'm going to go here first. And it says, with regard to the customer's account, Sarah should update the suitability information based on the information disclosed by the customer. Let me just do one quick thing. If I was taking my quiz, I would have hit C all day and call it. But on the exam, I'm going to do a quick check. Does that make sense? Quiz, I don't care what my score is. Click it, move on. But on the exam, I'll do a quick look. Sarah is a representative, discussion with the client. The client stated he has changed. Boom, done. Sees the answer.
Most importantly, if you're brand new to studying, suitability is just what is suitable for that person, right? What's suitable for you?
Right.
And our suitability, or what is suitable to us, changes as we get older, right?
Yeah.
We're not necessarily have the same wants and needs as we did when we were 25 as to when we're 45.
Exactly.
And then when we're 65, it all changes again.
That's very true.
Think about that.
Life.
So isn't it fair that our strategies for investing should change also, or will change?
Yeah.
So we're going to update it as our suitability changes.
Exactly.
There you go. This
basic.
makes sense.
That's right. Ooh, numbers. Brandy, I don't like your numbers. 500. 400. More than 500. Less than 500.
Well, for a novice such as myself, but a frequent Studying Brew watcher,
yeah,
I see 3 5s and I see 1 4.
This is true.
That's what I see.
Right. I also see opposites.
More and less. Yeah, and I see opposites with the more and the less.
And
then I'm going to say 5 and 4. They could almost be par for all I know. I don't even know. I haven't seen the question yet. That could be the equal.
That could be. Let's see. Marco is receiving monthly payments for his variable annuity. His last payout was 500. So, that's equal.
Hey.
Called it. And this month's return on his account drops below the AIR.
Randy, what is the AIR? Is that a new Jordan?
I'm just going to match arrows.
Is that a new shoe?
I know, right? The air annuities.
Doesn't matter.
Now, here's why the answer is not 400, because some of you might be going, well, 400 is below 500.
Yes.
We don't know.
We don't have any math or anything to give us an exact number.
Yeah, we don't know the pattern. So we don't know how much it's going to change by. We just know it's going to change. And we know because it's low, it's going to drop low. That's it.
It's going to be lower.
It's just going to be lower.
So with the information given, it's fair to say
D's the answer.
Because otherwise we couldn't prove that it's going to be 4 at all, because there's no other numbers to go off of.
Yeah. What's that saying? Not enough information.
There's not. I can't tell you it's going to be exactly 400.
Enough information. There you go. See?
Yeah. So you got to keep it simple and just don't put more into it than there's there. And also don't fall for the trap of like going, you know what? AIR?
Ooh,
Oh my
what is that?
gosh, what is that?
I don't know.
Don't trip. Who cares?
Who cares? They kind of tell you it's going to change your payment.
Right.
See? All right. 63. A separate division or department of a bank engaged in municipal securities activities for their own accounts. I just got a separate division engage in municipal securities activities for their own accounts. B, any person engaged in the business of buying and selling securities for its own account. Any person. Now, here I have to side note this. In the case of the 63, the 65, and the 66,
Yeah.
person is defined.
As a human?
No, actually. Person is any entity or individual that is not dead, a minor, or mentally incompetent.
Because an entity could be like a corporation, a business,
Yeah, could be. It could
a
be
group,
Yeah, incompetent.
a clan of people, a group of people,
Let's call it a group. Let's keep it a group.
a murderous row.
Right. Exactly. Right. So yeah.
Whatever you call your squad.
Yeah. So you guys definitely have to get used to the idea when you guys get to the 63, or the 65, or the 66, you have to get used to this definition of person, right? So person is not necessarily an individual. So anything engaged in the business of buying and selling securities for its own account, any person or thing engaged in the business of affecting securities transactions in the accounts for others. And then D says any person that performs and effects securities transactions for the account of others or for its own account. If you guys think about it, this is if we do this plus this, it equals this answer.
It is D.
Now, definitionally,
Wow.
I know that's my new thing. I like to put "alees" at the end of my words. Definitionally, you won't forget it. This is a better choice for a definition.
Yeah.
Because it kind of encompasses everything, right? It has the perfect amount of words. Okay. So the question says this: a broker-dealer is. It's going to be both. And and here, Andy didn't catch it, but it says or, not and.
No, there was no and in there.
But you see how there's two things?
Yes.
There's a broker-dealer. It has to do two things. And otherwise it would just be called a broker.
And it's the most reasonable answer considering how the word person is defined in these exams.
Right. So guys, think of it that way. Broker dealer is two different words. So it has to be able to do two different things, but we're still effecting securities transactions.
Right.
All right. 26. The office is the main office where no solicitation of orders occurs. So it's a main office, okay, but no solicitation.
They're not soliciting to people that don't want it.
Exactly.
They're not saying, "Hey, can you buy this candy bar?"
Right.
They're not those people.
They're not those people. The office maintains custody of customers' funds and securities, but does not solicit orders. So it's basically like a custodian. It's like a holding place for like funds and securities. That's huge. That's like responsibility right there, right? The office solicit orders by phone and faxes them to another office for review. So they solicit and fax them to another office. This is going to be a key word right there. And then lastly, the office structures private placements only. Structures private placement only. Now, remember what I said about onlys. We don't usually like them, but we also called them usually. So I'm not automatically going to cross that off.
Right.
Because to me, the only thing that's different is that C is different because it's the only one that mentions a second office.
Well, it has an and.
And it has an and.
Well, I mean, B has an and too, but.
An office would need to be registered as an office of supervisory jurisdiction unless I'm getting you guys to another office. It's the only one different. I always think of this, the Office of Supervisory Jurisdiction, by the way, I always think of it as like a regional or a district manager. Think about it. Jurisdiction is a location, right?
Yes.
Supervisory means like they manage. So this would be like a regional or district manager.
Right.
Booyah. All right. And the last one. Yeah, the OSJ. That's exactly it. The OSJ. I saved the last one. Big one. The
Wow.
doozy. The numbers.
Your favorite.
It is my favorite. You know why it's my favorite? Because I never liked them. And I had to say to myself, I love them. All right. So I still look at my answers first. And I realize that I'm picking two. Now, you guys have to know this technique because they're in so many quizzes. Like they're in a lot of quizzes.
Right.
But on the exam, you really only see them in the 63 and the 65. So you don't really see them in the FINRA test. You just see them in the NASA tests. But you do have to know how to get through them because there's so many quizzes that have them. Okay. So under the terms of the FTC's red flag rule, let me change my
Federal
color to
Trade
red.
Commission.
My red flag rule, right? Which two of the following must a securities firm do in order to maintain acceptable identity theft program? So it's like basically your bare minimum. What must you do as a firm to
At the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Like secure their names in a file folder, right?
Yeah.
In a file.
Yeah.
Or whatever, right?
Exactly. Something
Shred old paperwork.
Yeah, something like that. Number one, have procedures in place to identify common modes of identity theft. That seems pretty standard.
Mm-hmm.
Seems pretty standard, right? Now, what I would do on my paper is this. I'd go one.
Are you checking people's driver's license and identification to make sure it's the same person on the paper?
Right. And
that kind of thing.
Yeah, like common stuff. Guys, if you're overlooking common stuff, we have a problem.
Right.
So I think the answer is one. I look at my answer choices. There's a one in A. There's no one in B. There's no one in C, but there's a one in D.
Yes.
So let's see, there's 2 4s. Cross that off. Right? So the answer is either going to be 3 or 2. So let's read 2. Regularly train employees on how to identify identity. Wow.
Regularly train employees on how to identify identity theft practices.
I'm gonna go like this.
Isn't that a tongue twister?
That is.
Identify identity theft.
Okay, so we got identify common modes of theft, train on how to identify those things, or 3, detail how the program will respond to any new threats related to identity theft.
That sounds like you should, huh?
I think you shouldn't have. I think we should be having our procedures here and how we're going to respond. Because this right here is a no-brainer. But I guess right here, regularly train, here's the problem, guys, in the 26. When you see regularly train, this is too generic. It's like not enough.
It needs to say not regular. It says it needs to say something like every 3 months.
Yes.
Every other year, every 120 days. It has to have a finite, definite number of how many or when you get trained again, right?
Exactly.
Everything in the 26 and everything to do with securities when it comes to laws and regulations has a number, and it's like a definite number of when you have to do things, right?
Yeah, because regularly, what does that mean? How can you?
It's very subjective.
Yes.
Regularly to me could be a lot more stringent than regularly to Brandy.
Yeah. How can you train or how can you make sure compliantly that you're doing what you're supposed to when it just says regularly?
Think of the people with the hygiene in the office. I think regularly showering is every day. Some people obviously think it's every other month.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
You're like, wow, that's regular to you. Okay. I think we need to put a number on what regular means. I think we need to come to a conclusion that regularly means every day.
Yes.
Let's do that.
Yes.
All right. So you got it, guys. I hope that was good. I hope it was fun. Sorry about the lag in the middle. We'll figure out this internet thing sooner or later. It seems like the more they work on the power here, it's like causing surges in our internet. I'm hoping
they were working down the street.
And they were working on a transformer down the street when we got home. All right. So with that all being said, may the 4th be with you. It was a great one. It was good to see all of you. Remember, we have live sessions for members tomorrow. We got a packed day for all the members tomorrow. But more importantly, we have test taking techniques workshop on Saturday morning. We hope to see all of you there because it is really, really important for you guys to get those techniques and add them to your arsenal. And if you've been kind of like, oh man, I wish I knew on a more basic level on how she does this and the concepts, we're going to do that on Saturday. And you know what? You can invite people who are just going to go take, a test or quiz and something that's not even related to anything that we teach.
Hey, kids in school are doing state testing, so you can have them start practicing.
It helps. Any little bit will help, right?
It does.
And we've had people attend it, and it has helped them pass exams. So I'm just saying, why not, right?
You can't see it enough.
You cannot see it enough. And one more thing, just remember, failure only happens when we fail to attempt anymore.
Yes.
When you stop trying to attempt, that's the true failure. So keep your positivity, keep that positive mental attitude going through this weekend. And remember to just stay consistent. Stay consistent, stick to it. Don't get distracted. Don't get pulled off your goals. More importantly, stay safe out there and wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. Keep that positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you guys for being on. We super appreciate you. Don't forget to take your quizzes tonight and through the weekend, and we will see you guys next time. Have a great one.
Have a good night.